Hey everybody, good Thursday morning. I'm WBTV First Alert meteorologist Eric Garlick alongside the chief meteorologist.
Good morning.
Al Conklin. Pretty quiet stretch of weather, but things going to change.
Yeah, we have two opportunities for rain, Eric. One will come through this afternoon. We've really had that highlighted since really the weekend when you last worked. And then, of course, I put up a first alert for that on Monday. It's a quick moving round of showers and storms. And then we got a long stretch where not much weather happens. Temperatures will be all over the place, but then next Wednesday we've got what could shape up to be a pretty impactful system around here. So first alerts kind of bookend our 7-day forecast. One today, really for just a couple of hours this afternoon, and then one on Wednesday. So a lot to talk about, but really there are only two systems.
Yeah, I was trying to sum it up in 10 words or less there.
Yeah.
A couple of storm chances, and then a few chilly days, but overall I think we're going to remain above average. So let's kind of talk about it. Let's talk about those rain chances as we go through the day today. Cold front coming through, and this is going to be, just a band of showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms working through the area. Late afternoon into the evening. Not expecting a whole lot of rain with this if you do get it.
Yeah, and the risk for any severe weather is really, really minimal here. Most of the dynamics with this system are running up away from us now through New York and New England. So we'll just, as Eric mentioned, get a simple frontal passage here. Though I will say this, the National Weather Service has all of North Carolina, at least a good chunk of South Carolina and Virginia, in a zone of just general thunderstorms, and that seems about right. We think unless you get under one of those, the amounts are going to be on the light side. A lot of us will not even get a tenth of an inch of rain out of this. It's not a super soaker, but some spots could get up to a quarter of an inch. And the timing, you're about to show them, Eric.
Yeah, so starts to see a little bit of activity up in the high country by noon. Then as we head toward 1, 2 o'clock, a little bit of redevelopment going on there along the I-40 corridor, and then pushing off to the south and east. They'll become a little bit more robust, maybe a little bit heavier rain, and maybe a better chance at some thunder and lightning south and east of I-85. But here it is at 4 o'clock, running right through Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, up through Albemarle, Greensboro. And then you can see this doesn't extend too far south toward Greenville or down toward Columbia. But I think it does expand more as we head toward the 5, 6 o'clock hour south and east of the Charlotte Metro.
Yeah, and if one spot maybe doesn't get very much at all, it could be the foothills. We saw that with the snow last week where you really sort of got robbed. It's the same type of a setup. This thing is coming off the mountains, and sometimes you'll get a little bit of a bounce, and it redevelops, as you say, around I-40 and points eastward. I'm not going to say you can't get a shower, but the chances there are actually lower than they are in Charlotte. And again, it's not off the charts, but we can see at least some rain. And then there may be a little bit of snow on the back end of this for the mountains tonight, and then it's all quiet for Friday and the weekend and even into early next week.
Yeah, things looking really good for Friday and Saturday, but big changes coming our way as we head towards Sunday as well. So here's a look at some of that thunderstorm fuel. The potential for a little bit of thunderstorm activity is there. It's not off the charts by any means, but 2, 3, 4 o'clock, that red showing a low mark for some thunderstorm fuel as we head through the afternoon and evening, but you can see it kind of expanding a little bit more down toward the I-95 corridor as we head through the evening. So just a little bit of energy there.
Yeah, so we'll say essentially the best opportunity for that would be along in south and east of I-85 about 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and then it's rolling on out of here and we'll be done. We won't be talking about thunderstorms again until potentially next Wednesday, so it will be dry. Now, across the region for today, yeah, scattered showers in the mountains, and they may actually come mainly during the morning and early afternoon hours. There's that little bump where the 30% chance is in the foothills where there's just not much of a chance, and then it's a 60% chance here in the Piedmont and the Sandhills. Highs will be in the 70s again, so it will be a warm day, just not as pretty as it's been the last couple of afternoons.
And windy. You're going to see quite a bit of wind as we head through the evening hours after that front starts to enter your area. Big story this weekend going to be the drop in temperatures, though. Look at that. Saturday, 71 degrees down to 52 as we head towards Sunday. So a little shock to the system.
And that's not atypical for March around here. Obviously can get warm. Even in February, we had 2 days of 80-degree weather. We've been well into the 70s most of the last this week. 65 is a cool one. That was Monday. Every other day's been in the 70s. So it's not uncommon to get up and then go right back down. We will see a gusty breeze at times, as you mentioned, today and tomorrow. And a little bit of a breeze possibly still on Saturday in advance of a front. There's no weather with the front, so both weekend days look like it'll be fine to be outdoors. But if you want warmer weather, Saturday's your day.
Saturday's going to be the day to do it with those temps in the 70s. So looking at these high temperatures, as Hal mentioned, kind of all over the place. 70s today, 70 on Saturday. 50s on Sunday and Monday, and then back up near 70 as we head toward Wednesday, where that first alert is in play. And again, today, that chance for rain during the afternoon and evening. Dry the next 4 or 5 days after that, and then that next first alert coming on Wednesday. A little bit stronger system setting up, a little bit more widespread rain, could be heavier at times, and a better chance for some thunderstorms coming our way on Wednesday. That's why I have that first alert in place for Wednesday.
Yeah, the low itself, the whole pattern may be somewhat different, and so that's why there's a little more of a concern. I think you'll actually see that number 70% go up over time, but we can do this in a slow manner. We just have plenty of time to look at it, but all models are sort of pointing in that direction, with rain arriving late Tuesday night and into Wednesday. So again, there'll be potential there. This happens to be the European Futurecast, and again, these long-range models, they paint in broad brushes, so the reality may not be quite like this, but again, it's a trendsetter. We're seeing that, and so there's potential there, and so that's why we have the first alert in place.
Got to give you the heads up as soon as we know things. We share them with you. We usually look 2 weeks out on all of these little weather segments that we do outside of the TV biz. But below average temperatures setting up across the West Coast for the second week of March. Above average temperatures across the nation's midsection, and expect those above average temperatures to spread our way as we head toward the middle of the month.
Yeah, and so you see average now by the first of the month of March is 60 in Charlotte. So, well, we could have several days where it's 70. You could have several days where it's 50. So on average, that's 60. And so, just because we're painted in gray there doesn't mean that every day is going to be right around 60. Typically this time of the year, you're all over the place. In January, every day was pretty much consistently cold. July, every day is pretty much consistently going to be hot. In March and April and February, this jumps around a lot. So it does in the fall as well. So again, not uncommon to see this, and that's what we'll be looking at as we get to our 7-day first alert forecast.
So there's the 7-day forecast. Again, the first alert today and Wednesday. Those are the 2 days we're really highlighting, but the temperatures, 70s, not going to be a bad day Saturday. Sunday, not going to be a bad day, but going to be a lot cooler than what we're going to have on Saturday. Still going to be able to get outside and enjoy those events, though.
Download the free WBTV weather app, and of course, we'll keep you posted here with an update on this forecast today at noon, and then starting again at 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll carry you through the evening. Hope you have a great Thursday. Be safe.